Hi, thank you for clicking on the video, and I hope everyone is doing really well. So the other day I was scrolling through YouTube and a video from Abbey Sharp popped up because obviously I watch her videos. It is entitled, "I Turned Your Holiday Fear Foods into Festive Balanced Meals and Snacks," which from my last video I did on Abbey Sharp, my biggest criticism was basically the title and the whole concept of the video itself was taking fear foods and turning them healthy. Now, instead of using the word healthy in the title, she's using turning your fear foods into festive, balanced meals, which is the fun roundabout way of saying healthy. Like, we know what you mean. So she's done it again. It's the holiday season. It's actually Christmas Eve, the day I'm filming this. The day it goes out will be not Christmas Eve. It is 23 minutes long, and I don't have time for that, especially if we're doing the exact same thing she did in the last video. Taking the fear food and making it so you don't have to face your fear food because you've turned it healthy, which defeats the purpose and the point of facing your fear food. But I'm gonna shut up. Let's get right into it.
Ho, 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 lovelies. Let's make some holiday hunger-crushing combos. Hey everyone, I'm Abbey Sharp. Welcome to Abbeys Kitchen.
She is never short of cringe, I have to say. It is quite impressive how cringy she is. And this goes back to my first video on her where one of my biggest criticisms was her absolute scripted relatability. Her videos are super scripted, and we can tell, and you're trying to not sound scripted, but it's scripted. So it just comes across as like uncomfortable and cringy.
So I surveyed you on your holiday-related fear foods or trigger foods, things that really made you feel uneasy or like you were going to overeat or binge on during the holidays, and I want to show you how to turn them into hunger-crushing combos. Yes?
Yes, she wants to show you how to take this thing that you should expose yourself to and overcome the fear of this thing. She's going to take that very thing and change it, because nothing fixes a problem quite like slapping a band-aid on it and saying, "I'm good."
I am feeling festive and I am very hungry, so let's do it. Okay, so first things first, I want to share with you how I put together an inherently balanced holiday meal. Because I know a lot of you guys think about holiday foods as being super indulgent or junk or bad, but I want you to change your perspective for a second.
All this concept that she is presenting does is she's taking these bad foods. That's what our brain's language is telling us. These foods are bad. They're junk. They're unhealthy. And she's just trying to make them good. When she preaches neutrality around food, like there's no moral standing with food, which is the truth. There is no moral standing. So why are you trying to change a food from its core being if there's nothing wrong with it? That's what recovery should be teaching those of us who struggle, is there's nothing wrong with this food as it is. Face it as it is. What's fearful around this food is what it is. Like, you're no longer facing a fear if you're changing it. Can't she just call this, festive holiday recipes? Just skip the fear food entirely. Now I know you put the word fear food in, people will click on it. I get clickbait, I get it, but don't also sit there and preach, well, food has no moral standing, they're not good or bad, when you're literally making videos expressing the complete opposite of that statement.
Because I actually see a lot of inherent balance. I see a hunger-crushing combo. I see a lot of beautiful color.
That is the most flavorless looking plate of food. What she said, that's colorful? Yeah, if your color palette is like beige. I don't trust her description of food ever. It's a plate of brown. with some green beans on it, unseasoned.
Honestly, it looks delicious. I'm like, my mouth is watering. Let me show you what we're working with. We've got lots of protein in our turkey or whatever kind of protein you guys serve for your holiday feast. We've got fiber in our potatoes and our squash and our green beans and in our cranberry sauce. We've got some fats in the gravy, and there's probably lots of butter in there for good measure.
Butter is a fat source. What?
It looks like a Hunger Crushing combo to me. It looks like color, it looks like variety, it looks like tons of nutrition and love and joy and pleasure and fun and family and
No, it doesn't. It looks boring. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. If anyone looks at that plate of food and is like, that's exciting, you have never eaten any other culture's food, any other ethnicity's food than white. But when it comes to flavorful food, I'm passionate. I'm sorry, I am. And that is so boring. What variety? Because it's different foods on a plate? I'm not gonna get through this video. I'm sorry. Holy crap.
I love the holidays. But I'm ready for dessert, so let's talk about some of your traditional trigger foods or holiday fear foods and how I'm gonna turn them into hunger crushing combos. Let's do it.
What if someone is not afraid of cookies and they're afraid of everything that was on that plate? Like, you can't change that plate to be something else, which is her whole concept. You can't. You have to face that plate of food. She didn't teach us how to do that. I'm lost. I'm confused. I don't know how to celebrate, the holidays in a healthy way because she didn't cover it. She just was like, this plate of food is perfect. And it's like, that means it's good.
This is a sensitive topic, but does anyone remember my holiday prep video from last Christmas? The time that I attempted and failed pretty hard at assembling this? Well, she's back to haunt me because a lot of you told me that cookies, specifically gingerbread cookies and gingerbread men or women cookies or people cookies, were a trigger food for you. And I gotta tell you, they are a trigger food for me too at this point, not because of the calories or the sugar or the fat, but because their decoration and assembly haunts me.
Okay, so she undermines people's actual fear of foods. Awesome. Great. Let's continue. I understand fear of cookies, fear of, gingerbread. I used to be afraid of gingerbread cookies because they're one of my favorite holiday cookies of all time. Gingerbread houses, the ones that are bought in a kit, are not meant to be eaten. I say, build the gingerbread house, have fun with it, decorate it, go crazy, have an amazing time, laugh, do it with family. It's a blast. While that's happening, have home-baked gingerbread cookies baking in the oven and have those afterwards so that you are combining your fear of the gingerbread cookie with a fun experience, with family time, with laughter, and then the amazing smell of gingerbread, baking through the whole thing. So you're completely submerged, it's complete exposure therapy, submersion into gingerbread cookie world. Yes, you're afraid of these cookies, but you're combining it within a fun time. Don't eat the house, okay? Not for any reason to be afraid of it, but they're not meant to be eaten. Those things are dry as fuck. They're disgusting. Just have fun with it. And then have a couple cookies. That would be my suggestion. How is she gonna do this? Are we gonna decorate it with nuts?
Here is our one lone gingerbread person. And I'm just gonna stick to this because this proved too much for me last year.
Oh dear, this is sad. Not a great start.
All right, let's make a little pumpkin pie dip. Not gonna measure this. We got some pure pumpkin puree. Got some vegan cinnamon spice protein powder here. A little bit more. But you could totally use a vanilla, just keeping it super simple as well. And then a little bit of plant-based yogurt. Any kind of yogurt will work. I'm gonna give this a stir. Add a little more cinnamon. And if you want to sweeten it up a little bit more, you can add some maple syrup. And I always like to add a little pinch of salt and just a little vanilla as well. All right, and to finish it off, I've got some hemp hearts, of course, and some toasted pumpkin seeds. Yum. Alrighty folks, let's talk about this gorgeous snack platter. I mean, you could totally serve this for a guest.
But don't, cause ew. Tell us why this is better than just eating a cookie. If you're afraid of the cookie, eat the cookie. I've said this before, one of my biggest fears around food is combining. And I'm afraid of cookies. First, tackle the initial fear of the cookie. Then, tackle the combination. You're just throwing me out of an airplane without a parachute and then expecting me to fly.
We got our gingerbread person. We've got loads and loads of fiber in the pumpkin puree, as well as in all the fruit we're gonna serve on the side.
Yeah, I'm never gonna make it through this video because I keep stopping it with the first one. What is happening here is the fear food is the cookie, and she is distracting you from the cookie by hiding it with all this stuff on the plate. I don't know about you, but if someone was like, handed me this plate, and they're like, face your fear of the cookie, I'd be like, take everything off, leave me the cookie. You're not facing something if you're just being distracted from it.
We've got protein in the protein powder. We've got healthy fats in my seeds and my pumpkin seeds and my hemp hearts. I'm excited to dig in. Though I have to tell you that I'm kind of sad to see this person go. Should we do the head? Are we barbaric like that? We are. Gotta get a good dip. I could make a really terrible sex joke right now about this, but I'm just gonna dig in.
Cookies shouldn't sound like that. I'm just gonna throw that out there. And we are gonna move right along.
This one is for my hubs, Eggnog. He's obsessed with eggnog, and he's specifically obsessed with Starbucks eggnog latte. So he was very upset when we found out a couple weeks ago that they have discontinued the eggnog latte. What kind of Grinch move is that? Anyways, he was very excited when he saw that this made an appearance in the grocery order this week. He's not gonna be so happy when he finds out that there's not a whole lot left tomorrow for his latte because I'm turning it into a hunger-crushing combo.
I love pissing off my partner too. I've had real eggnog once in my life. I had like a sip and was like, well, that's disgusting. And now I drink plant-based eggnog and it's so delicious. It's so good. I never knew eggnog could be good until plant-based.
Good for you, not so much for him. Let's do it. So we are gonna turn this into an eggnog chia pudding, and she's gonna be good.
You're not facing the fear food, eggnog. You're making pudding, which is not the fear food. Take a glass, pour eggnog in glass, drink eggnog. One of the fears that people have around food is the fear of calories. Just increasing the calories, which makes it doubly scary. Why are you doing this?
Throwing down some chia seeds. I'm not gonna measure this, but I'm just gonna eyeball. It's about a 1-to-4 ratio chia to liquid situation. And I find that the eggnog, we don't even need that much of it to impart a ton of flavor. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that. I'm gonna do a little bit of this kind of protein, almond milk, cashew milk situation. Give it a little stir, maybe a little cinnamon.
Side note, the silk protein milk that she just showed, she's from Canada, and it said 8 grams of protein on that. Here in the United States, land of abundance, there is 10 grams of protein per serving, which means the serving size in Canada is smaller than the serving size here. Fun fact. All right. That was far more interesting to me than this recipe.
And then I like to do just a little bit of Greek yogurt for some extra protein. But you could also leave this out if you didn't want to. Little magic of television. She is ready to eat.
Chia pudding is like disgusting. So there's that.
All right, first we're gonna get in there very dangerously. Oh, with some pomegranate. And oh, she is a beaut. Oh yeah. That is gonna go right on top of that chia pudding. And I'm going to be very careful because I'm wearing white. Oh my goodness.
This is why I don't own white clothes. Exhibit A.
All right, chia pudding down. Oh yeah. You guys can't smell this, but it smells like the holidays because that eggnog is so potent. A little goes a long way. Very carefully
Okay, we see where this is going. Pomegranate, jewels, or gems, whatever, on top. No one taught her how to properly degem a pomegranate, so that's frustrating. She's just going to go over what's in it and like why it's healthy and why it's good and not bad.
Candy canes. But I have to be honest, I don't love them. Something about toothpaste flavored candy to me doesn't really toot my horn. I don't know. But my husband loves candy canes, and now my son, who just was introduced to candy canes because I had them in the house for this video, he also is now loving the candy cane.
Candy canes are they're just sort of like, they're like decoration when it comes to, you know, the holiday season. If you're afraid of them, it's fine. No one's like forcing you to eat a candy cane. A candy cane isn't healthy or unhealthy. It just is.
But we're gonna turn these candy canes into a hunger-crushing combo. This could be a meal, this could be a snack. This is just gonna be delicious. So we're gonna make my sheep pan protein pancakes, candy cane edition. Let's do it.
You're just putting the candy cane into something else. I'm just gonna repeat myself, so we're skipping ahead. What are we doing next? Yes, eat the pancake and pretend like it's good because there's a candy cane in it. So gross.
All right, loves, let's have some pie. American pie. Canadian pie? Could be any kind of pie. In this case, we're doing apple pie, but I totally get that everyone has their own like holiday pie traditions. But pie was definitely a common holiday fear food that came up when I asked you guys for your recommendations. Now, full disclosure, I do not like pie. Well, I like pie filling, but I don't like pie crust.
Then you don't like pie. What's a pie without a crust? It's just slop. It's just ploppy plop. As someone who has never had a traditional Christmas dinner in my entire life, people eat pie at Christmas time? That a thing? I guess that's a thing. People must. I don't know. Never have.
So when I'm gonna eat a pie, I always wanna have like a graham cracker crust or like a chocolate cookie crust or something that's like not a traditional pie crust.
Oh, so it's not that you don't like crust, it's that you don't like good things. Got it.
But I'm doing this for you because I love ya. So we're gonna make this apple pie a little more Abbey-fied with some really great add-ins that I actually really love that also happen to make it a hunger-crushing combo.
No. Pie is just fine on its own. Please don't touch it. Please? You don't even like it. So please leave it alone. Please? Thank you.
I've got some really good aged cheddar here. And you know, it is actually a classic pairing to do apple pie with cheese.
No, stop. Why? What are you doing? Why are you doing it? Apples and cheese go together. Leave the pie alone. Why is there a snowfall of cheese?
With cheddar cheese, because it is like a sweet and salty combination that just hits right.
Wrong. Cheese is not good or bad. Pie is not good or bad. What she is doing is bad. It is bad. And needs to be stopped immediately.
So I'm gonna throw a lot of this on top. All right, we got a mountain of cheese here. Nice. I'm gonna stick it in the microwave, but you could also totally just pop this in the oven.
Oh my God. No, that is not. Oh, that's so sick. That is so gross. I can't. We're done. We're done. Happy holidays, people. We're ending on that note. I'm so offended. Don't do this, please. Unless you have a fear of pie and cheese, don't do this. Anyway, thank you so much for clicking on the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you did not enjoy it, you can give it a thumbs down. That is cool too. I don't mind. If you're not subscribed already, please consider subscribing and be sure to hit the notification bell to be notified of all future uploads. That would be a really great holiday gift. If you have any comments, questions, video suggestions, anything at all, feel free to leave that in the comment section below. Be sure to go follow me over on Instagram, and I will see you next time. Bye!